Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning, Keith.
Morning, Judge. How are you?
Good. We are here for our arraignments, and this is Tuesday, June the 8th. We don't have a real busy morning. Judge Patterson's really busy over on the other side. We have Adrian Garcia Flores here and Haley B. Haley, what case are you here on? Well, she was here earlier. I don't have a calendar for the other side. Well, let's start with Mr. Adrian Garcia Flores. This is file 211136. Good morning, sir. Could you unmute your microphone? Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
You got a ticket in Three Rivers on May 11th for driving without a valid operator's license. That is a very common offense. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $100, and it does carry 2 points. So let's take a look at your driving record and see what we can see. I said it's Gasca Flores. Sorry, I mispronounced it. Nothing bad, just nothing. Have you ever had a license in another state?
Negative.
Okay. Well, the charge, as I indicated, is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. Mr. Barnes, is there any sort of plea offer?
Not at this time, Your Honor. He was given a verbal warning and not ticketed for speeding 53 in a 30 zone, expired registration, and no proof of insurance.
Should stop video. Go to start video.
Haley B., who's here?
Yes, Your Honor. You're speaking to Jacob Luke.
All right, Mr. Root, just stay where you are for a minute.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Gasca Flores, how do you plead to that charge of no valid operator's license?
Guilty.
All right, let me ask you a couple of questions. Did anyone threaten you to get you to plead to this?
No.
Or promise you anything?
No, sir.
Do you understand, and this applies to you as well, Mr. Root, that if you plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury. There'll be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you had a trial, you have the right to be represented by an attorney. In fact, the Chief Public Defender, Mr. Stickley, is here. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury cannot hold your silence against you, and you have the right to be presumed innocent if and until the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Let's take a look at this ticket. Apparently they cut you a break on some other stuff, but you were driving on South Main at Michigan Avenue right there at the Main 4 at about 8 o'clock at night. Where were you going?
I was currently towards my father at the time, and I had my middle brother with me.
Now, car was registered in California. Had you lived in California?
I did at one point in time.
Do you live on Millard Street now?
Yes, sir.
And you told me you've never had a license. How old are you?
I'm currently 20 years old.
How long have you been in Michigan?
I just got here like a month ago.
What do you do? What's your occupation? Are you working?
He did sports in California, and I also work at Speedway in Schoolcraft.
Okay. Are you going to school or anything?
Yes, sir.
Where's that?
That would be Southport Treasure Island in California.
Okay. So you plan to go back to California?
That was my initial idea.
All right. Well, if you're going to stay in Michigan, it looks like you can get a license. That might jam you up a little bit. You got zero. You don't have any speeding tickets, no nothing that shows up on your driving record. You just don't have a license and can't drive without a license, at least not in Michigan. I'm going to fine you $100 and a $75 crime victims' rights fee and a $50 state minimum fee. This will go on your record as no operator's license. The speeding and the no registration and that stuff won't show up. Yeah, 53 at that location is not real good. That's right as you're coming into downtown Three Rivers. All right, that's $225. Can you pay that within 30 days?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to make that due by July 16. If you need more time, contact the court. And I hope that somewhere, California, Michigan, someplace, you get a license, because it's a damn nuisance to not have one. Some people can't get one. Where were you born?
I was born in California.
All right, so you're an American citizen. A lot of our young Hispanic kids can't get a license. They're Dream Act kids, or they don't have residency. And if I was king of the world, I'd wave my magic wand and make them eligible to get one. But you don't have any of that baggage. You just need to do what you need to do to get your license. You seem like a very polite young man. I hope you take care of this and don't get any more tickets in Three Rivers. All right, $225 by July 16th. If you can't pay it and you need more time, come see the court, all right?
Yes, sir.
Go, sir. Yes, you have a question?
I have one question
All
about
right.
that. Where do I pay this at?
Well, that's a good question. We'll send it to you at your Millard Street address. You can pay it by credit card. You can send them certified check or money order. Or you can bring green cash over to the courthouse. But we'll send you the information regarding what you owe. All right, anything for? All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see who, let's rename Jake. Oops. And we'll move Adrian. We'll bring in this telephone number. Good morning. I'm talking to someone by telephone. Who am I speaking with?
Pablo Pena.
Good morning, Mr. Pena. This is Judge
Good morning.
Middleton. Just stay right where you are. Do you have the ability to do video?
I don't know.
All right, well, we got you this far. Let's take care of another customer first, then we'll come to you. Mr. Root,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is file 211113SM, People versus Jake Root, Jake D. Root. Mr. Root, you got a ticket on May 29th. You got cited with no insurance under the insurance code, which is a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail, and a fine of up to $500, carries a minimum fine of $200 plus costs. You're also charged with driving suspended. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. The Chief Public Defender, Mr. Keith Stickley, is here. Mr. Stickley, did you get any plea offer here?
Your Honor, we did discuss this matter with the prosecutor's office, and I would not say no that there's a formal plea offer in play. I would highly recommend that you enter a not guilty plea and set the matter for a pretrial. If it's a big if, he can come back to the pretrial with a valid driver's license and appropriate documentation. He might have a good afternoon. But obviously, I don't think Mr. Root is any stranger to the system and has quite the driving record. So if he can do that, which I would recommend that he did, maybe we can work with something. But
all right, maybe we just need to get him an attorney to help him with this. Let's take a look.
that would be always my preference, Your Honor.
Jake, you're named after your dad?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because I knew the other Jake Root for years. I don't know if you and I have ever met. Let's take a look at your driving record. Broken headlight, that'll get you pulled over every time. You got $1,578 worth of unpaid tickets. Including allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code from just a while ago. You owe $350. You've got another driving while expired from 21 and no proof of insurance from 21. So you're just on the hamster wheel and you keep doing the same thing. You keep driving, they cut you a brake, you keep driving, you don't pay the fine, you keep driving. So there may be jail in your future, Mr. Root. So I think Mr. Stickley's advice that we get a lawyer to help you with this is probably good. So do you have any objection to that?
No, I don't have any objection, Your Honor.
All right, I got some advice for you. Stop driving. And
Yes,
stop
Your Honor.
driving around with no insurance. You can't drive. You got too much baggage on your driving record. You already got several unpaid tickets. And if it comes to this one and you haven't paid the other tickets, we're just going to put you in jail if you get convicted. Say, well, he doesn't pay his tickets anyway. Why give him a fine that he isn't going to pay? So you may consider working on paying your fines also.
Yes,
Are you
Your Honor.
working somewhere?
I'm drawing unemployment right now, Your Honor.
All right. Well, maybe you can use some of it to pay off some of these old tickets. All right, appoint an attorney, set attorney pretrial for July 16th at 9 a.m. I don't yet know who your attorney will be. That's Judge Patterson's day. Anyway, Mr. Root, are you still living in Burr Oak? Let's take a look. The Roots are Burr Oak folks. You live out on Burr Oak Road?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to send you the attorney's name, and I want you to call that attorney and make an appointment to meet with them. The best thing you could do to help your circumstance is try to pay off some of these old tickets. Ideally, pay them all off. But either me or Judge Patterson's not going to look real charitably on your sentence if you've got a bunch of other driving suspended tickets that you haven't paid. So I want you to call the lawyer, make an appointment to discuss it with him prior to July 16th. It will be by Zoom like this once again. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir. You're good to go. Stop driving and quit digging the hole deeper than it already is. Okay, sir, you're good to go.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Have
All
a
right.
nice afternoon.
All right, we got Amber Lard coming in here, and I'm not sure what I got on her. Mr. Pena will be with you in a minute.
Okay.
It's not Amber. Good morning. What's your name, sir?
Roy Lowry.
Good morning, Mr. Lowry.
Good morning.
Did they send you over from the pretrial side?
No, I connected on
No, we connected on this end.
All right, well, let me give you this number. That's where the pretrials are. First of all, let me give you a name so they know who you are. Amber, thank you for helping him.
No problem.
Everybody use a little help. I don't know if that'll work when I wish I had a mechanism where I could just transfer you like a phone call to the other spot, but right now I don't have the ability to do that. So do you have something to write with?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, they're waiting for you at this number here in a different room. 692-949-4856. You got a DV charge pending and there's a pretrial set at 8:30. So you're right on time, you're just at the wrong number. 692-949-4856.
Got it.
You got it?
Yep.
All right, now if something's worked out and they need some help, they'll send you back over here and I'll talk with you in a bit. If it isn't, you get an attorney to help you with it and have it set for further proceedings. All right, Mr. Lowry, good luck.
Thank you.
All right. All right, let's talk to Pablo Pena.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning. Let me find your file.
Good morning.
Mr. Pena, you're the last of our arraignments. We had a similar case to this earlier this morning. You got a ticket in Three Rivers for driving with no valid operator's license. It's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. Carries 2 points on your driving record. Now let's take a look and see what your circumstance is.
Okay. The only thing with this situation is that I wasn't driving.
Well, that's pretty good defense. Let's take a look here. Your driving record says you had a driving record, not valid now, from a driving suspended 2020 and another one in 2017. All right, so your defense is you were not driving, is that correct?
Well, yeah, and that is correct. It was actually an off-road mini bike. It didn't have any road lights. It wasn't road legal, and it was out of gas. In fact, I was pushing it.
All right.
My girlfriend and I were fighting, and she called and told the police that I was driving it, and I wouldn't come home. So they took that as I was driving around town.
All right. Mr. Barnes, what's your thought here?
Well, he was driving in the city on the streets. At the time they caught him, he was on a trail. But he had been on the street and he admitted being on the street.
All right. Well, the city has a different version of this than you do. Do you wish to plead not guilty to this charge?
Yeah, I do.
All right. What do you do, Mr. Pena? What's your occupation?
I paint, interior and exterior, commercial, residential.
Okay.
It's kind of slow right now, but.
Well, I see a lot of stuff that needs to be painted, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's just with customers and everything right now with the pandemic, it's kind of crazy.
Yes. All right, well, this don't seem like the crime of the century. We've got a couple options. I could simply set it for a bench trial, but you got a lot of baggage on your driving record. I don't know whether to be a jail appropriate or not, but this isn't terribly serious, but I think I'm going to appoint an attorney,
Okay.
set an attorney pretrial for July 16th at 9 a.m.
All
Are you
right.
still on 7th Street?
Yes, yes, I am.
All right, let me tell you, you've got $810 worth of unpaid tickets.
I know.
You've got a bunch of booking fees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hate booking fees. I can reduce those to $55 a piece. So
Okay.
55 times 7 equals 385. But your big problem, you got a driving suspended ticket in 2020 and your payment was due August 13th of 20 and you haven't paid it. In the old days, we would have issued a bench warrant for your arrest, but during COVID times,
Yeah.
we're trying not to put people in jail on bench warrants. So you could help your cause by paying off at least your unpaid driving suspended ticket.
Okay. I did have
It was
plans.
due a year ago. That was due 201143. OT owes 250. So that, Mr. Barnes might give you some consideration if you paid off your unpaid tickets. But right now, and then there's a whole issue of whether you were actually driving or whether they can prove it. I don't know the answer to that, but an attorney will be able to help you figure out that defense. Either way, at some point, you're going to need to pay off these fines. And if I lose my patience on all these unpaid fines and start issuing bench warrants to people, we'll fill up our jail. But as I said, we've been trying not to do that during COVID time. In the old days, this would have been a bench warrant for failing to pay the fine and cost. So please make an effort to pay that. Hopefully somebody's got some painting work. If there isn't any painting work, there's plenty of other people looking for help.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Are you still at the 7th Street address?
Yep, 716 7th Street. That's correct.
Okay. You're good to go, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. That's why I'm here.
All right, bye.
All right. Yeah, there's always more to every story. That takes care of the arraignments. I have a couple of show causes. I have Michael Hosey Jones, who lives in locally, and he shows up about 20% of the time. And he's not here, so let's see what we got. File 20864OT. Michael Hosey Jones failed to appear on a driving suspended. John, that's not yours. You don't need to worry about it. Terry Wilson is yours. Let's see about her. 202610. Failed to appear on a violation of a restricted license. Let's call her up. All right. She had a $500 PR bond. She did spend some time in jail. I'm going to do a bench warrant. Bond $250, cash or surety, or see judge. Is Stephen Fall a Three Rivers case, John?
Not that I'm aware.
No, it's White Pigeon. All right, well, that finishes Three Rivers circumstance this morning, John. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, I'll see you around.
See ya.
Keith, we got one more. I mentioned Mr. Jones. He wants to be Bob Dylan, and he's not here. And he's often not here. I'm gonna try to call him too. Pretty late morning for a Tuesday.
Not on the in-custody side.
You got plenty on the custody side?
We had a lot yesterday, and we got a lot.
Oh, we did. We had a lot of people got arrested over the weekend. I went away for a trip and I came back and put about 22 more people in jail. I said, what were you guys doing while I was gone?
It's a lot. Don't these people have hobbies?
Weather's nice. People find, it is true, when the weather gets nice, people find more ways to get arrested.
Yeah.
What we got here is failure to communicate. That's what he wants, and that's what he gets. So if you mean anything to him and he gives two shits, he'll get back to you. If not, leave a message and I'll get back to you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. You ain't Strother Martin and this ain't Cool Hand Luke. We got a failure to communicate because you failed to show up for court, so I'm about to issue a bench warrant for your arrest. So my suggestion is that you communicate with the court sooner rather than later because you failed to appear for a second or third time in this driving suspended charge from April of 2020. So, have a nice day, and we're about to issue a bench warrant for your arrest. That's a new one. Okay, well, he don't know whether he cares about this or not, but left message. All right, well, he may get around to calling or not. Bond was $400 last time. Cash or sureties or see judge. Or call Keith Stickley at home.
You gotta call me at home.
Okay, well, he didn't know the judge was going to be calling. All right, that's all I've got. I've got a busy little bit later today. We're going to try to finish the Dingman homicide prelim at 1 o'clock. Judge Patterson's covering the other stuff. All right, you got other things to do, so thanks for being here. We're at 8:41. We're in pretty good shape. All right, thanks.
Have a great day.
Thank you. All right, we'll stop our live feed here. We may be back in shortly for a pretrial, I'm not sure. Otherwise, we'll be back at 1 with the homicide continued prelim.